Hello, it is V, another late night video recording. Had makeup on, have to use it. So I am back with another tag. And this one is a two-parter, and I'm probably going to record one right after the other, so I don't have a really long video. But I'm going to be doing the Tarot Tube 2026 tag, created by Rachele from Amethyst Ascension. And I am new to the community, so I figured why not start off on the right foot? We'll see. We'll see. So this is the tarot tube, and basically what Rachele had written was she wanted to reflect on not just tarot practices, but the deeper undercurrent of TarotTube and the community itself. And I've kind of been around. I don't know if I would officially put myself in the TarotTube community just yet, but I have a feeling that's where my heart is pulling me. So I figured, why not do this tag and we'll see what happens. So this is going to be part one. And it get a couple questions, but I think the best way to just start off is to just read some of what Rachele put in hers. Um, what she wants to kind of reflect on with the first video in the community and what she reflected on in her video, and I will link that below so you can check out her perspective and the original videos. But what she wanted to do was she wanted to find out, let's see, what she wrote. I'll read it word for word because my mouth is not working, obviously. In the first video, we're looking at where we've been and where we are right now as a tarot community, the growth we've experienced, the lessons we've learned, the shared moments that brought us together, and the realities of navigating TarotTube in its current form. So, and then of course she added a nice little tarot spread at the end. So, since I'm relatively new, I mean, I've only been on YouTube for about 2 years, and one year plus a few months, I was gone. I had to take care of my mom, so I had just kind of checked out for a while, and I just came back. So the reflection questions, I will start with that, and then I'll go into the spread. What originally drew you to the tarot community? Um, I think I just kind of fell into it. When I started YouTube back in 2024, no, 2023. Sorry, I'm getting my years mixed up. Um, I jumped into the witchy community and not knowing where my feet were going to land and not knowing what I had planned on doing. And if you watch my first videos, it was like I had no idea what this is going to turn into. I just needed a place to just kind of ramble and speak off the cuff and just get things that were in here out. And that was my only intention with the YouTube channel, is just to find a place to talk. And I started to grow into the witchy community a little bit. And then, and I was using a little bit of tarot on my own. I have a whole bunch of decks, and but I never really did anything serious with it. I wanted to, but I think I was a little scared, to be honest. So, um, so I was just in that space, and it was just my journey, um, because my life has been shifting for the last few years, and and then I just started getting pulled toward tarot channels on YouTube, and then I left. And then I came back. And when I came back, I started watching the tarot channels, mostly political at first. And then I slowly got into, I want to get back in YouTube mindset. And so I started to reconnect with some of my favorite channels from before my mom got sick. And it just felt comfortable. And then when I made my first video, I got welcomed back so much that, and it was by the tarot community. Um, so it was kind of a natural progression, I think. The second question, what has being part of TarotTube taught you about yourself? That I'm shifting and changing. And as I've, been kind of playing with my cards a little bit more than I used to, I'm finding a little bit more um I guess confidence in myself. And I'm also getting excited to learn more. Learning my decks. I have so many decks. Most of them are Oracle decks, but I have a few tarot decks that I just didn't really do much with, except for my Crow Tarot. Love my Crow Tarot. Um, so I don't know. It's just I think that's what it's giving me. Oh, Victoria, get your thoughts together. It's giving me a little bit of perspective, and it's also helping me feel um like I have a direction, if that makes any sense. So I think that's what has taught what the community has taught me in just this short amount of time that I have been back full force. The next question, what moments made you feel most connected? Just coming back, immediate, boom, immediate. And I love you guys for it. You guys are awesome. Um, it's so welcoming, so supportive, so nice. I mean, just the people I've met. It's just they're just beautiful people, with so many different degrees of where they are on their journey and their education about the cards and it just I don't know, it's just a beautiful community. So thank you. um what lessons have helped you grow, even the uncomfortable ones? What lessons have helped me grow? Every single lesson. I think every single lesson helps me grow. And the more I learn about my cards, and the more I go from like my crow deck to um my Rider Waite deck to my Scapini deck. I have been using my tarot decks more than I've been using my Oracle decks lately. Um, and I just think everything I've learned it's just brought me to where I am now, in life, on YouTube, um, in my brain, in my spirituality. Um, they've all helped me grow. And I think picking up my cards is one of the it showed me something that I either avoided or didn't know that I wanted. So, yeah, that's kind of an ambiguous question. I'm sorry, but I, I'm an ambiguous person. And I'm new. So, there you go. And the last question is, what does the tarot community feel to you right now? I think I've answered this question like 3 or 4 times already. Um, it just it it feels, at least in the small corner. I mean, the whole community, the tarot community as a whole, is huge, and there are so many people doing so many different things with it. And you have the flip throughs, you have the political tarot, you have the spirituality tarot, you have the educational tarot. And there's so many people doing their own thing. But the little corner that I found myself in, um, it it feels warm. It feels kind. There's a lot of y'all are the best. I mean, seriously, you all are awesome. Um, I it's just been and learning and watching your journeys. Um, and seeing how you guys read the cards because the cards are very intuitive and there's so many different interpretations with every spread and it's so cool and interesting and exciting and I don't know there's how many more adjectives can I use uh, um I don't know I guess warm would be the probably the best warm and welcoming is probably how I have felt so far in my short, teeny tiny baby journey on in TarotTube. So yeah, so those are all the questions. I mean, this is going to be a quick video. We fancy that. Look at that. I always do long videos, so this is going to be cool. All right, so the tarot spread is a tarot reflection spread, and it's a 3 card spread and I got my crow tarot right here. And while I'm shuffling, how do you like my background? I made it because my room is a mess and it's late at night and I didn't feel like sitting on the floor like I did with the other times. Um, so I am here in my room with the secrets hidden behind my green screen. But I kind of like it. It's kind of inspirational. I don't know. I like all the shelves and the plants and the old windows. I don't know. I love it. I like my background, even though my shoulders keep disappearing periodically, but hey, it still looks cool. All right, so the spread that didn't want to shuffle. My little hands can't really shuffle these larger cards. I don't know how you guys do it. I cannot shuffle the way you guys do. I have tried and I have tried and I have tried and I am just going to be stuck, I guess, as a riffle shuffler. It's just what I'm going to do. I just can't. I can't. I try and I try and I try and I get nothing. All right. So, um, the first question is what has the tarot community taught me so far? So, what has the tarot community taught me so far? I think the shuffling and asking of the questions is going to be the longest part of this video. What has the tarot community taught me so far? One more? I like to shuffle in threes. Am I the only one? Is this a thing? I don't know. I like doing it in threes. Either it's 3 times, 3 times, 2 taps, 3 times, 2 taps, 3 times, cut into three. I don't know. Three is the big thing for me. Um, so what has the tarot community taught me so it again. Boop, boop. This is the past. Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. I got the star. So, how does that work? I think that's kind of a cool card for this question. What has the tarot community taught me so far? And I got the star card. Let me, since I'm still learning, gotta put on my old person glasses. I got these in every room. All right, the star. Let's see what the star has for me. What what is the tarot you taught me so far? And let's get to the start. Wishes, happiness, astronomy, optimism. Holy crap. Okay. The element is air. Well, you saw my air video. Bathing in the crystal clear night sky, the crow allows the water to wash over her wings and cleanse away her negativity of the past. On a branch, a songbird serenades the crow and hearkens a time of newfound optimism. The star card brings the gift of hope and a message that any problematic time in your life will soon be over, and the place you find yourself will be one of love and stability. You will feel a profound transformation, one that connects spiritually and as a result can lead to a lifetime change. All right, that's a cool card. I'm just going to leave it at that and go to the next card. The next card. So, I'll just shuffle 3 more times here. Question is, what is the current energy of a relationship with TarotTube? What is the current energy of my relationship with TarotTube? Is my current energy of my relationship with TarotTube? Right? Okay, this is interesting. The 7 of Swords. That is my relationship. So let me read the current energy of my relationship. So let me read the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. Okay. What do the cards tell me now? All right. The cunning trickster crow is trying to fly away with a stash of shiny swords before the other crows can get them, but there are too many for him to carry. Nonetheless, he is pleased with what he can take. The 7 swords denotes a person who is attempting to deceive you or is trying to get away with something unethical. If you are hoping to be able to trick or take advantage of a person, the 7 of Swords serves as a warning that your plans will fall through or you risk getting caught. Now, that doesn't make any sense. What does the reverse say? Like I said, I don't typically read reverse, but I always like to, if a card doesn't, always check the shadow side. At least that's what feels right to me. When reversed, the 7 of Swords marks a point in time where you are finding it difficult to take the next step because you may be feeling overburdened. Now is the time to evaluate bad habits and hold you back. Okay, that actually makes a little bit of sense because I think it's my relationship with YouTube in general because fear kind of grabs hold a lot. And I do feel like my imposter syndrome comes in a lot. Like, who am I to talk about this stuff on YouTube? Who am I? Like, what do I have to offer in something that I know very little about? I'm losing my voice, which is very strange because I have another video to do. So maybe because I feel overburdened, and one of the reasons why I feel overburdened is because I'm so afraid to pack my day with too many things because I tend to run myself into the ground because of my brain, whether it's like ADHD going nuts or whether I do too much and I think I can do fine and then I make myself sick, which may be what's happening now because I thought I was going to be fine. I'm losing my voice now, but last couple of days I had a dry cough, just something annoying. What didn't feel sick, none of that. And then today I was fine until halfway through the day, and then I started getting a sore throat. And now that I'm talking to you guys, I'm losing my voice. So I don't know whether that's spiritually caused, because a lot of the stuff that affects me always affects me energetically before it manifests physically. And now, granted, it's Friday. I was up all night on Tuesday, doing my show. So I didn't get to bed till like 11:30 on Wednesday morning. So it could be a rundown. I don't know. But um, but I would think that this, because I do feel overburdened a lot of times. I do feel like, my imposter syndrome. Like I'm and the fear of what's going to happen if I put too much on my plate. Because I enjoy doing these videos, and I don't want to have to be forced to stop again. And so there may be this fear um underlying this. So I would probably say that's the current energy of my relationship with TarotTube. And then, of course, you know, well, I can expand on that because, yeah, I have this weird imposter syndrome in regards to YouTube in general. But I've been, because of what I said earlier and how you guys have been welcoming me, and me working with the cards is making me realize that I want to really dive into tarot a little bit more. I want to learn. I want to learn all of it. I keep thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go to Chat GPT and I'm gonna have him give me a whole list of correspondences to each one of the cards of a tarot deck. I keep thinking these things. Haven't done it yet. Probably better for me to do that research myself. Um, but but I don't know. So maybe that is, I don't know. I'm rambling now. Let me move on to the third question. um, all right. So the third question is the integration. So we had the past, the present. So the past was the star. The present is the seven of swords, and the integration. What lesson am I meant to carry forward? So what lesson am I meant to carry forward? What lesson am I meant to carry forward? Let's see. I feel like I'm so slow when I shuffle. I'm so slow. I'll get better. I know I'll get better. What lesson am I meant to carry forward? What lesson am I meant to carry? That was a bad riffle. Get in there. Get in there. All right, let's cut them. Okay, what lesson am I meant to carry forward? Oh, okay. I will accept this. I will accept this. So, the integration. What lesson am I meant to carry forward? The strength card. I'm going to put it in my face so it doesn't disappear. The strength card. That's kind of a cool card to pick with this question. Um, isn't that a beautiful card? You see it. I love this deck so much. I love this deck so much. All right, so let's read the strength. Let's read strength. That is 8. Oh, I got a 17, a 7, and an 8. Strength, strength, strength. All right, what do we got here? Oh, 8. I just passed it. 8. Okay. Keywords: inner strength, passion, virility, and confidence. Well, I think Enough said? I don't know. Okay. So the element of fire. Okay. It is not through brute force that this crow has achieved the challenging goal of taming the wild beast. It is because she has mastered her ability to connect with higher frequency, channeling trust and respect. The positive energy she radiates enables the crow to balance confidently on the lion's nose, not in conquest, but out of mutual respect. The crow has learned how to remove her ego, quieting the hum of fear, allowing her, holy crap, allowing her to hear the inner guidance of her higher consciousness. It is from this place she wields the true power of strength. The strength card suggests you will have an experience that requires you to summon the power that comes only from exercising inner peace and freeing yourself from the influences of ego and fear. I'm speechless. I That actually got me a little teary eyed. Um, wow. Okay. That was really cool. Um, Thank you, Rochelle. Um, yeah, so the star. This is what I've felt so far. This is what I'm feeling right now about myself. My fears, my imposter syndrome, my doubts about myself, all of that. Um, and this is where I'm going. This is what I'm this is bringing me to this. I That's really cool. I'm kind of speechless. So I am gonna actually leave it right there. Um, I don't think there's anything more to say about that. So that was part one of TarotTube 2026 that Rochelle created. And I am going to well, I guess record part two. And I don't know, I'll either post them both at the same time or I will post them a day or so apart. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, that's cool. Okay. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks for joining.